Sandy is with us in Cincinnati. Hi, Sandy. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hello. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I am excited to get started on the Ramsey plan. My daughter actually introduced me to it. She's 12. But my concern is that I am in the middle of changing homes a lot. My life is turned upside down, and so I'm getting divorced. How do you start a budget when you don't even know what the bills are going to be? You know, like I'm going to be moving in 3 months. I'm not sure how to even get started because right now I have joint bank accounts, and then it's going to change to be mine. So I'm just curious as to any tips you have about that.
Horrible time of year to be going through all that. I'm sorry.
Well, it's actually a relief for me at this point. So,
okay. The divorce has been filed. Is final? Is what?
So we're doing sort of an amicable divorce. So the agreement is being written up by the lawyer, but it'll basically it should be final in the next 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
So, and we've already worked out most of the details with arbitration.
Okay. Then you should be able to close your joint accounts today.
Already?
You should be able to if you're in agreement on it.
Well, I mean, it's like the final back and forth about it within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But, yeah, I would say probably in a month.
Yeah. So do not put any more money into a joint account. Your attorney should have told you that.
Okay. Well, I think my husband is keeping the house that we're in, and I'm moving out. And I think it was just because that's what we've always been doing. And I guess
I know, but you're not married anymore soon.
Okay.
And what we've run into in 30 years of doing what I do is that sometimes people get right to this point, and it suddenly is not amicable, and suddenly he takes all the money out of the account, and now you're really screwed. So you need to be able to manage December. And you don't have any money.
I do. I have a separate account.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I just what I said to do. All right. So,
all right.
Good.
But most of our money is in the joint account.
Okay, but we need to bring the cash portion of this agreement to an end as soon as possible and disperse so that you can begin to set up that part. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
You can do a budget this month. For this month. It'll never be like this again. But for this month, you can say, for December, what are my expenses, and where's my income, and where's my cash going to go? And then for January, I got to move, or I got to get a different place, or I got deposits. It's going to be a different budget, right?
Okay.
And then February will be a different budget. But it always is different. You never do the same budget every month. Some of them are more similar than yours are going to be for the next few months. You're going to be vastly different every month for a while until it stabilizes. But you have to tell your money this month what to do before it leaves, because you're in the middle of a hugely volatile crisis situation, and it will give you great peace if you take control of this one area of your life.
Okay. Well, we pay all of our bills, though, from the joint account, and it's like automatic. So out of my personal account, I'm not paying any.
Okay. So what is your budget for this month? Okay. Given that this weird joint account situation that's in limbo is going to take care of our bills, but you still have some things you have to do in December as a newly independent person, right?
Okay.
And you need to write out that budget. There's probably not a lot to it, is what you're saying.
Right, there's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but you need a game plan, all right? And it might be that I'm setting aside a pile of money because in January after Christmas I got to move out and I need deposits, right?
Right. I'm going to actually buy my house in cash.
Wow.
Yeah, I have an inheritance, so I'm going to do that. And
are you renting in between, or are you jumping right into the home purchase?
Jumping right in. It's crazy, but. I don't want to loan money at a high interest rate, and I've got the money in the inheritance, and I'm buying a reasonable house, like $260,000.
How much is in your inheritance?
My portion will probably be about 300 plus.
You don't have the money yet.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Well, you said if you have the money, you should know how much it is. probably be.
Well, because I'm giving some to some other family members. So I have some choice in that. It was all left to me, but I'm going to give some to some other family members. So it's much larger
so it's
than that.
all your portion.
Yeah.
And you have that already?
Yes.
Okay. So it's not probably be, it's up to you. And so how much is your inheritance that is in your account?
Well, like $450,000.
Okay, cool. And so, yeah, because that matters. I mean, if you got 262,000 and you're going to spend 260, that's a little less reasonable.
Oh, yeah. Well, the other thing is that I'm not settling the estate. It's all mine. It's nearly settled until after the divorce. That way there's absolutely no way that he can get it, is what my lawyer told me to do. So, like, we have all the papers ready to go, but...
So you don't have the 450?
I do. I mean, I have it. I could settle the estate today if I wanted to. But I'm choosing to wait until after the divorce so that it's cleaner.
All right.
But it's all in accounts, and there's no one else. It's not.
I get you.
Okay. Well, the question was about starting the budget, starting this process, and budgeting is a habit. And so it's going to take, on average, it takes 90 days to get a hang of this budget, and now is the best time to start when you're in this situation. You need to be paying attention to where every single dollar is going and protect it because this marriage has become a financial transaction, and you need to now stay protected.
Yeah, and let's get the things unraveled as quickly as possible. You're not going to do this, but my advice to you would be to not buy a house right now. You're hell-bent on doing this, but Sandy, just in talking to you, you're chasing your tail through the whole conversation. I mean, 1 minute it's one thing, 1 minute it's another thing, 1 minute it's another thing. You're discombobulated all over the place, and you don't need to be buying a house when your head's in the space it's in right now. And it's normal transaction for us as we tell people, if you go through in the middle of a major crisis where you're grieving something like this, I don't care if it's a relief, it's still a divorce, it's still one of the 10 things that'll put you in the hospital, it's still high stress, high anxiety situation, unbelievable levels of emotion, and cortisol coursing through your body, and it affects your ability to make decisions. And just the conversation with you is discombobulated. And so I'm just telling you, if you're my little sister, I would love you and tell you not to buy a house right now. Go rent something for 6 months and let the emotional dust settle. You will make different decisions. And by the way, don't commit to giving any of this inheritance away for 6 months. Let the emotional dust settle. There's all kinds of psychology behind you're about to make mistakes here. But you're going to do whatever, because I can tell. We're not going to be able to stop you. But the way you do a budget is you do it for that month with what you have to work with, and then you do it for the next month with what you have to work with. And so you don't have to wait until everything stabilizes to start doing a budget. As a matter of fact, the only way it will stabilize is to do a budget this month, and then do a budget next month, and then do a budget next month, and then you're stabilizing what you can.
Yeah, they're not static. It's, December has Christmas, and so that affects your budget for that month, and January is going to have its own expenses, and so you've got to be restarting this process. A lot of the line items will stay the same, but it will fluctuate, especially if you have a regular income.
Slowing down on large giving decisions to relatives that were not in the will, slowing down on large purchase decisions like a home, in the middle of this much upheaval and volatility in your life is not fear, it is not weakness, it is wisdom. So what we are recommending here is wisdom. We're not calling you weak or inept. We're saying you just got T-boned and you're kind of dazed and you're walking around the intersection with little birds flying around your head in a cartoon. And you need to get where you can sit down on the curb for a minute, let your head clear before you start admitting fault in this accident. That's what the kind of crap we're dealing with here. It's trauma.